Hey YouTube, it's your friendly saltwater reef guy here, Jeremy back, coming to you live. Not really live, but anyways, a couple new additions. If I can get a good video of this thing. Steady. This thing sucks. Anyways, that's a green fungi LPS coral right there. I can't get my camera to focus on them, but anyways, it's doing good. My Duncan coral's doing real good. I got this super ultra blue maxia clam. It doesn't look that blue, but it's it's camera shy too, huh? So rainford goby. I got my replacement back, guys. Pretty cool. And look, ooh, the blue assessor, $120 fish right there. Yeah, 2-inch long, $120 fish. Not quite as expensive as the Swiss guard basslets and the peppermint angelfish. I think they go for like $3 or something like that. But anyways, there's my blue assessor. I'm pretty proud of him. So I don't know if you guys know, but I had a rainford goby. Oh, there goes my ATO. I had a rainford goby before. It's not going to focus on that coral. It's not going to focus. Come on. Oh, there it goes. It's bird's nest. Bird's nest is doing really good. I had a rainford goby before, and I just got blue assessor 5 days before, and I overdosed with no pox. So this video is to do two things. Oh, there's our meteor shower coral back there. It's a slow grower, but it's growing. It's looking healthy, and it's just taking its time. So before we get to no pox, I want to talk to you about the blue assessor real fast, guys. So I got this blue assessor and rainford goby from a guy in Atlanta, Georgia, named David from Marine Fish Easy. Guys, I'm telling you right now, stop using live aquaria, stop using Blue Zoo Aquatics, stop using Vivid Aquariums. If you don't have a local saltwater pet store, stop using them too. This dude is freaking off the chain, man. This guy's top freaking notch. He is like kind of like a one-man show. He has a distributor called sunpet.com. Again, that's sunpet.com. This guy is super thorough on his all his methods are just fantastic. So get the old pygmy wrasse dancing around. Look at me, I'm pygmy wrasse cruising. Yeah, we got a happy little peaceful tank. Yes, we do. He's so cool. He just does laps around that power head. Hey, for all you people that say tanaka pygmy wrasse to stay out and hide, put him in a peaceful community tank. They'll do fine, okay? Alright, let's use common sense when stocking our tanks, folks. That big old dartfish. Thing's freaking 5 inches long. Big fat guy. Alright. Anyways, so TV came back on. Let me mute that. So he does super thorough packing. He lowers his salinity down to, I guess, help with diseases and stuff for the fish. And so if you do go through him, that's again Marine Fish Easy. If you do go through him, you know, I recommend you make sure you have plenty of time to raise up that salinity. I recommend raising it, you know, 4 to 5 ppm every hour. Do a slow drip method, and you should be in good shape. But you know, you're definitely going to have to be dripping them longer than an hour. If you raise his salinity stays at like, I think when I got the fish, they came in at like 1.09 or 1.10, something like that, really low. And it took me like about 3 hours. It took me a little bit over 3 hours to get it to 1.025. and I was like 1 ppm off because my tank is at 1.026. I was like, it's only 1 ppm. Screw it. So I put it in there anyways. And I mean, I took a little bit of a risk, I guess. It wasn't quite the exact parameters, but I thought it was close enough. And given these are pretty hardy fish, they're not super delicate. So my blue assessor, we think, has lymphystis. It's basically a virus that the fish get coming from direct contact. We think it's that because his back fin got nipped at. Well, actually got chunk bit out of it, and so we think that the fish that bit him probably had it, and he was probably, the blue assessor was probably stressed out because they're delicate fish with no way to defend themselves, and think that the virus came like that. So I've had them for about a week and a half. I've been pumping them full of garlic-soaked and vitamin-soaked foods, frozen LRS food with some frozen brine shrimp, and he's turned into a hog. I am relatively confident he will clear up on his right side of his gills. He's got like a white, I guess it almost looks like a laceration heal, a wound, but it's more of like a cyst. Well, it looks like a couple small cysts is what it looks like. But I think they'll heal up just fine. I'm pretty confident they'll be okay. Let's see. Okay, so going to no pox. I went over to fish. So with no pox, turn my light on for you guys. It's this stuff down here. I'm kind of hesitant to ever use it again, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a bad product, but it's Red Sea no pox. All right. So on the back it says in small little letters, due to increased bacterial activity, efficient protein skimming is essential to maintain the required level of oxygen in the water. Misuse of no-pox can have a detrimental effect on livestock. Detrimental. Okay. So we're not going to use simple, honest, direct language. We're just going to use detrimental. We're not going to say could kill fish. You know how America is nowadays. We use soft language and euphemisms. What? Because they don't want to run away people, and I get it. They don't want to run away customers and stuff like that. So, I'm going to let you guys look at me. So, what I did, excuse me, had some spicy hot and sour Chinese soup. What I did was I called Red Sea. I get ahead of myself, ADD kicking in. Alright, so I've been using no-pox for about 2 months now. And I had neglected my water changes because I'm a relatively new reefer. And while, yes, I'm thorough and detail-oriented, I didn't read up the side effects of no-pox. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on people that use no-pox, and there was all these good things, and you never heard anything bad. You didn't hear, hey, it strips all the oxygen out of the water and can choke out your fish. You didn't hear that, oh, it will lower your alkalinity really fast because that's what no-pox does. You didn't hear any of that. You just heard the good, which, that's what we do. When you buy a car, a brand new Ford Explorer, they're not going to tell you all the recalls and stuff that happened on it. I don't have one. I'm just giving an example. They're not going to tell you all the negative things. What happened was I overdosed no-pox on purpose. I didn't overdose it that much, but with reefing, sometimes a little bit is a lot. And my blue assessor, my rainford goat, when lights came on, the tank was real hazy, cloudy, real cloudy, and the corals looked like crap. The fish looked like crap. They looked like they were gasping for air. I knew something was wrong. Honestly, I didn't know what was going on. I tested every water parameter you can think of. pH was fine. Everything was fine. Now, mind you, my lights come on from 4 in the afternoon to 2 in the morning because of my schedule. So I had dosed at like 1 a.m. before I went to bed, and then when I woke up, and then the lights came on at 4 p.m. That's what I came home to. I think if I would have known, I could have caught it in time, but I didn't know. And by that time it was too late. The blue assessor had already pretty much died and was brain dead. And then the rainford goby I'd had for about 4 months, he passed away too. And so about 2 hours went by before I figured out what happened. I'd called the pet store. I called 2 or 3 of them. I finally got a guy who made some sense. Everyone else just kept saying all kinds of stupid shit. And he's like, yeah, man, that no-pox stripped out all your oxygen. It's like vodka dosing. And I was like, oh, you know. I didn't think that vodka dosing and no-pox could ever be that severe, and I should just read more about it, you know. So anyway, so I put some air stones in. I did a huge 70% water change, yada, yada, yada. I saved my other 4 fish, or 3, my rainford goby, tanaka, pygmy, wrasse, and scissortial dartfish. I saved those 3. I thought the scissortail was going to die, and I probably would have been crushed. He looked really, really horrible, but he bounced back. And it took about 3 days for the tank to really clear up. And it took about two days for the fish to really get back going too, because they were looking like crap. So thank God everything was okay. And if you overdox vodka and no-pox, you know, you can have you can crash your tank. You can crash it. It just sucks out all the oxygen, and basically it just it's the same thing as if you lose power for 3 or 4 hours. You know, you're just you're sucking out of it. Luckily, I mean, I still have my pumps and stuff going. You know, so the oxygen level got depleted rapidly, and then it started coming back slowly, we all assume. So live and learn. I learned the hard way. It was stupid. It is moronic. Just very, very idiotic thing to do. I felt relatively careless doing that, and I just made a mistake. I didn't know. You know, it's kind of like when you buy your oil for your car, right? You know, it doesn't say, hey, if your car holds 6 quarts, you put 12 quarts, you can blow a seal on the engine, right? Which will happen. You know, companies don't tell you all these things. So I called Red Sea. I called BRS. Called BRS first. I asked to speak to Randy. It's one of the guys that answers the phones. I know very well. I think he's like a supervisor there. You know, I got to talk to him, and you know, he said, "I'm glad you called." And I told him what I thought would be an improvement, which was, I said, I realize that there's certain verbiage you can't use on products because you'll scare people away. And I said that I realized that, you know, it's a business and everyone has to make money and stuff like that, and that, you know, you have to be thorough. But I said, I think there's just, you know, you guys do a lot of videos, and I said, I think you can, you know, you can put something to the effect that maybe you can make a video that says, you know, just talk about what no-pox does to the water itself, like scientifically how it works, how you know, the imbalances, whatever, the chemistry, that's what I'm looking for, how the chemistry of everything works with it, and tell people the negative side to abusing it. You know, I thought that'd be good. And he says, well, I'm glad you called. We're actually going to be making videos like that here pretty soon. They're doing a series. And he says, I'm going to put that on the thing that we can all vote for in the company. And he says, but that's one of the ones I thought would actually be a good one to post. It was talking about no-pox and vodka dosing. So I think my voice is being heard. You know, and I know a lot of people watching this video and like, oh, you know, you got to use common sense. You're an idiot, this and that. And I think in this hobby, it's tricky, because you know, when you're dealing with sensitive saltwater stuff like this, marine life, you know, you really hate to assume things. But at the same time, it's a multi-million-dollar industry, so you can't go around telling people the whole truth, because God knows that would scare people's, you know, that'd keep people's money in their wallet and not at the cash register, right? So then I called Red Sea, and they didn't really like what I had to say at first. And then once I kept talking to him, the guy was cool about it. He's like, look. He's like, I'll take some notes. He's like, I'll bring it to my bosses and stuff. and we'll see what we can do. And every excuse he made why they couldn't talk about this negative side effects, I countered. So he said, we already have a lot of detailed instructional booklet that tells you all these things and stuff, and he's like, we really don't want to overwhelm people when reading and to discourage them, and they just stop reading about the information. I said, all due respect, you guys do have these 10-page booklets. If you buy a Red Sea product, everything that they have is like a 10-page booklet. I said, no offense, but you already have these 10-page booklets. What's 2 more pages of the negative effects and exactly what no-pox does to the water and how it works to give you the results that it gets? What would that hurt anything? And he's like, well, I kind of see your point. I mean, it's kind of like if you've been waiting for 10 minutes on a date and you got to wait 5 more minutes. Well, what's 5 more minutes? You know what I mean? Like, it's a small hill of beans in the big grand scheme of things. So after I kind of made my points, he realized it, and he's like, well, you're right. And so I think some good came out of it, but I didn't call up, angry or upset. I cooled down for a day or two, and then I thought of something constructive to say to him. So anyways, I hope that you guys using vodka dosing, and I don't think it's a bad thing to use vodka dosing, but I was using it as a way to get out doing water changes. And it's not because I was lazy. I just thought that this was some gee whiz high-speed product that somehow allowed you to do this. And like with anything, if it sounds too good to be true, it is to a certain extent. I'm not saying don't use no-pox. I think you have to have a lot of aeration. You have to have a very effective protein skimmer. When I say effective, probably oversized for what your tank is. And that's what they should tell you too. They really need to tell you need an oversized protein skimmer, not so much an effective one, because I think we all know what they're trying to say when they say that. But yeah, I learned from it, and luckily it's all lost 2 fish, and I called Live Aquaria. I didn't tell them that I screwed up. I said the fish wasn't eating and he died, and hey, they refunded me $150 with Blue Assessor. So I was only out $10 because of Rainford Goby. I got a local pet store, it's $10. So I only lost $10 in the whole deal, but I could have lost a lot more. And I got a new Blue Assessor about 4 weeks later. So that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think there was some good information put out here. Hope you guys have a great Christmas. If you haven't seen a 1988 Scrooged movie with Bill Murray, you should see that. I'm actually drinking one of their drinks right now from the movie. It's they call them highballs. It's called a 7-7. It's 7-Up with Seagram's 7 Crown. It's a blended American blended Scotch whiskey, I think. But anyways, a really good old school drink, kind of like Tom Collins and Rob Voorhees and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, you guys have a great holiday. Saw my helmet coral or fungi, green fungi coral wasn't looking good for the video. But just all the wavy tentacles that won't focus. Alright, you guys have a good one, and please comment, post, and subscribe if you want, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.